lot of cool stuff coming out of Music City, USA, including your new record. I'm excited about talking about that, Dear Lover. But let's maybe start with the tune. What do you want to play live for us here?
I'm going to play the title track. It's called Dear Lover. It's got some language on the recorded version, but we're going to clean that up for Lightning 100.
We got the live in-studio edit on the fly here. It's Matthew Ryan live on Lightning 100.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Tell me what you want. 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 I could be your superhero. I could be your biggest disappointment. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. Is it really that bad? Is it really that bad? Most of us start out just thinking it's easy, when the hardest thing we do is remember how to smile, girl. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. I'll give it if I can. I'll give it if I can. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. We might be sung. We might be sung. I still love you, so what? I still love you, so what? Most of us start out just thinking it's easy, when the hardest thing we do is remember how to smile, girl. Yeah, most of us start out just thinking it's easy, when the hardest thing we do is remember how to smile, girl. Tell me what you want. 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 Dear lover, dear, dear lover. 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 Sincerely me. Sincerely me. Sincerely me.
Lightning 100 live in our studios this afternoon. Nashville's own Matthew Ryan. He's playing this Sunday for Nashville Sunday Night with Edwin McCain. It's our weekly live broadcast out at 3rd and Lindsley, a show Matthew's quite familiar with. And it is sold out, but we are going to give away a pair of tickets, and there may be some tickets at the door the night of the show. Of course, very cool, though, to just be able to kick on your radio if you can't get in at 100.1 FM. And you can tell your friends to tune in anywhere in the world at lightning100.com. It feels, how long have you lived in Nashville, Matthew? Because it feels like you've been on the radio as long as I have, and that's been 13 years or so.
Yeah.
When'd you come here?
I moved here, and I can't believe it, man. Time is such a weird thing. And the funny thing is I'm only 21 now, because I was an infant prodigy when I moved here. I moved here in '93.
1993.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot change, not just here in Nashville. You've seen the skylines change, the physical changes. Seen the music industry change a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, it's been really neat to it's weird. I've lived in Nashville now as long as I lived in Philadelphia growing up. So I'm truly a Southern Northerner.
There you go.
It's interesting.
I can relate to that. Well, so your new record, you recorded that at your house in your own studio?
I did. I absolutely love. In some way, I don't. It's a long story, and I know that there's a lot of people here that work in the business, so they know how much it's changing. But I do love the DIY aspects of the business now, and how much more intimate it is between listeners and artists, and even my partner that I work with, because I started a label as well. And she and I, we go after what we're doing with a lot of affection and a lot of, as purely as we can. And we're finding that by operating that way, you get it back in kind. It's been it's been fun. The bad thing about it is that there was a system where people made a living and they fed their families, and a lot of that has been deconstructed, and that's scary. But I firmly believe that we're going to figure it out, and a lot of those systems will kind of change, but they're never going to be what they were. And speaking directly for an artist, and the way it affects me, it's been a good thing. I feel more in control of my career overall, and I don't feel like I have to try and please something that has nothing to do with art. As dangerous as that sounds, Not that I didn't love the people that I worked with at A&M Records and Interscope Records, but they have too many. Sometimes they have too many dogs in the race, and it's kind of counter to art. So I feel like I'm making my best records. I just hope that people find it, and that it means something in the purest ways that it can.
You mentioned intimacy there, and this is an intimate record. Without getting too personal, you kind of draw a line. You wrote about it in the beginning here, where you talked about, you say, I began writing the songs for Dear Lover in an emergency room during the winter of 2009. The circumstances are private. We'll keep it that way. Mm-hmm. But certainly is a personal, these songs are pretty personal to you.
They are, but they ultimately, in some ways, if I were to liken it to a movie, it has a happy ending, and that's all, in the ways that we go through life and the things that we struggle with. And whenever that question comes up, it takes me back, and I don't like that moment in my life. But the minute I talk in detail about that, it becomes personal. But sadly, we all go through life, and we all experience confrontations with the mortality of not only ourselves, but also of our dreams, And that's just sadly true if you go after anything meaningful in your life, whether it's love or some kind of occupation. And gosh, even... we all experience it, and that's what art is for. Art is there to confront those things and try and find the usefulness in them, So it has a happy ending. It does, and it's. I think it's the most beautiful thing I've done. That's easy for me to say.
Hey man, no, it's a wonderful record. We're talking to Matt.